It's 7 pages long. First off, who needs to write an apology document for 7 pages? If you could simply just say you're sorry and like, dude, you could have just done this in like just one page. Why did you make this 7 pages? Okay, let's get this shit over with. I'm so done with like the whole Sinder trilogy and whatnot. Holy shit. Okay. She starts off with, there's nothing I can say to make this better, but I will try my best to properly convey my feelings Okay. Alright. I'm already not buying it. She knows that she's like one of the most guiltiest one in the court. So like, dude, I don't even know if I want to read the rest of it, but I have to. I'm forced to. I'd like to explain my point of view and apologize to each party affected. Yeah. Each party affected? Yeah, you affected like literally half of the VTubing community. Everyone looked up to you, and then you destroyed their dreams, you destroyed their vision, you literally broke lots of hearts. Yeah, each party, you like to apologize to each party, as if you gave a shit about each party. As if you gave a shit. But no, it was all, according to all the other documents I've read, it turns out it's all for selfishness and greed. I'm sorry. Redacted has been my co-content creator since I began making content. Cough, cough. Also, your boyfriend. Managing all aspects of what I do and being a major part of why I'm here. We also have been in a relationship. Yep, there we go. There it is. We also have been in a relationship since the start of my endeavors. It's no secret that many VTubers choose to keep their public and personal lives separate. I'm no different. As of yesterday, he is no longer working with me. Oh, he's no longer working with you. Oh, but he's still your boyfriend, right? Like, what, did you fire him? Did you fire him expecting us to forgive you or something for doing that? He's your boyfriend. This man must share literally almost everything with you. And you're like, if anything, I'm surprised you even fired him. Because at that point, like, if my girlfriend was like my secretary or whatnot, or whatever the hell, or like she was like working under me and whatnot, and everyone was mad at her and was telling me to fire her, you see, I wouldn't even do it if she technically did nothing wrong on the business side. Red was kind of just going left and right with all this crap and whatnot. Oh my god. What the fuck are you reading this document? TZO, look at my YouTube channel. Okay. So as of yet, we're confirmed where our personal situation goes from here will be figured out between us privately. This is like this. I want to like you're here to apologize, not explain your relationship with Red. Who gives a shit about him at the moment? The man was like your dog in a goddamn leash. Like, holy crap. I never intended to mention us publicly, but given that the claims are out there, I want everyone to know I'm taking this seriously. You're taking this seriously. Oh, she's taking this seriously. Oh my. Yeah, let's be honest. If you were taking this seriously at all, you would not write 7 pages of bullshit. Let's be honest. Her words are already unbelievable. After years of working on everything together, his hyper business oriented. Oh my god! Stop talking about him already. Terrible work, but dude. Business oriented warped my view of what it is I should be doing and what should be important to me as I navigate this career. Oh my god, where's the apology? Where's the apology? I have a terrible work life. Oh my. With terrible life balance as it is, and being around projects and streams all day, every day, made me lose sight of the point. Womp womp. Did you not keep a constant reminder to yourself? Did you not at least be grateful for what you have? No, I guess not. It took all of this. It took all of this happening for me to realize this behavior is. It took all of this. So wait, let me highlight this. It took all of this happening for me to realize that this behavior isn't normal. It's like saying she shot someone and she went to jail for it. And she's like, oh my god, I realize this isn't healthy or normal. How stupid can this sound? Okay, and it's not an outlook. It's not an outlook I want to have. Oh no shit. This doesn't absolve me of the things I've willingly done wrong. Went along with on the way I've treated people who were fully undeserving. TTS is gone. I disabled TTS because I do not want to be disturbed while reading the stock through live. So yeah, it'll be turned on once we are done reading this document. In regards to Nanoless, the majority of the time working with her, Red was the one almost solely doing the communication about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. Blame it on the boyfriend. Okay. This is not an apology doc, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sinder just trying to be her own lawyer, but at the same time, she's literally the one that's going to jail right here. Like, what the absolute hell? Oh my god. Nano had a project server we were all a part of, where the actual art and models were worked on, but the conversations were focused around the work itself. I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano. I'm sorry, but Sinder, wasn't there like documents and stuff that proved that you were kind of aware of what the fuck Red was doing? How he was passing information for you? I mean, if all else, hey, you know what? I'm willing to forgive Red if he pops a document himself saying that Sinder was the one who sent him to say all that stuff. I'll legit forgive Mr. Redacted for posting a document saying that Sinder manipulated him into sending the information for her. So, yeah, but I mean, yeah, that is true. Red could have stopped this at any time, but he just went with it because, you know, I love Sinder. I love the fact that she's a hot, sexy girl and whatnot. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking Omega Simp. Hello, Solona. Every time. Okay, so where was I? In the server where I was supporting work of itself, I was not fully aware of the extent. I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions. Yes, you were. And I should have been more diligent in my oversight. Every time I have been told that Nano had agreed to work on a new commission with me, it had been willingly and with excitement. We're not even 2 pages in, dude. Like, where's the apology? From my point of view, it was that she genuinely wanted to be working on these things. I wanted to work with Nano as much as I possibly could. Oh, yeah, no shit. Does that explain why you had Red cuff Nano to a table to only work on your stuff? Wow, I can't imagine. Yeah, piece of. Okay, sorry. That bad side of me almost broke out. Making her art the face of my brand. We had come to the conclusion that it'd be in the best interest to talk with Nano about making more time for my projects by negotiating her her to cut out other work. This was wrong for us to push her on. What? This was wrong for us to push on. Oh, really? Oh, really? It was wrong for us to push onto her, but we did it anyway because we just want Nano in her art, and that's it. We don't care. We don't care about Nano being a human being. No, we just want her art. We just want to milk Nano dry. Yeah, you did. You sure as hell tried. Oh my god. And it was wrong to. It was wrong to the other creators who wanted the chance of working with her. Didn't Nano already disagree to be exclusive, but you just pushed it onto her? Did you? Did you? Did you think about that twice, or maybe 3 times? There was only one specific creator we were responsible for naming and pressuring Nano into reconsidering projects with, not an entire list of her own voluntation. Nano canceled a large portion of her model commissions last September. Excuse me. However, the claim that I was just using her wrong. I've always treated Nano with respect and as my friend. Sinder, I'm sorry, but I got these documents in the bag that prove that you're an evil manipulator. Sorry. I did give her a lot of work, and we did everything we could to accommodate her schedule if she needed more time or a break, and even helped her with her own project payment multiple times. Jesus Christ. I've invited her on my stream. I've sent her my merch and things she's made for me. And I always open to talking to her about things outside of our projects and instances we would message each other. Regarding the exclusivity deal made between them, I had no part in the direct negotiations of their eventual agreement. And I had no knowledge of Bao and Cotton being included to this. I'm sorry, but cough cough. Bao's document has already proven to me that you had full knowledge and you were fully aware of Bao and Cotton being involved. I didn't even hear about Cotton being involved, so this makes it even more interesting. But yeah, I'm sorry, you can't just lie to the goddamn court and just say, yeah, no, I had no knowledge about the evidence is right there. The evidence is right there. What the hell are you going on about? Like, if I had known my friends were included, I would have said something to put a stop to it. Really? If I was all when if I had known my friends were included, I would. What is? Tell me, my good lady. What is the best way to describe bullshit in one sentence? I was only aware of it being one person who was unfairly pursuing. I was unfairly pursuing. When Nano had messaged me about, oh my god, almost a month later, I was under the assumption that this was only about Silvervale. I was upset, and my initial messages for her were very guilt-tripping. No shit. I wasn't going to force Nano to do anything she wasn't okay with, and tried reassuring her that I was okay with her decision. Nano had also never come to me as seriously and professionally as her document was looking to address the issue. Wait, what? Goddamn, that's why I say put commas. As her document was looking to address the issues she had with either of us or terminate our partnership. I had no idea there was even a conversation about Shy Lily. Oh, son of a about Shy Lily recently between Red and Nano until reading her document. It's true, I have confided in Red that lately I hadn't been hearing from Lily like I had in the past and was worried something was wrong, but that's as far as it went. I'm sorry, but didn't Shy Lily said that you decided to stab her in the back as soon as she like went ghost. Isn't that what Shy Lily said? She like decided to like stab her in the back when she went ghost. Oh my god. And he took it upon himself to try digging for more. Yeah, okay. All right. For digging for more info, and I was never even aware Nano was ever planning to work on a model for another of my friends. Never aware of planning to work on a model. What? You were aware. What? Even like Red. What? Okay, so you know what? Here's the funny part. All right. This would have been here's the thing, okay? Everyone has been saying that she is aware. There's the documents to prove that she was aware of what's going on behind the curtains. And she is saying that she was never even aware that Nano was ever planning to work on a model for another friend's. Gary, I don't know who Gary is. Here's the thing. This would all be believable, right? This would all be believable if Red would tell us, yes, this is true, but on the other side, if Nano told us this was false, then it's gone to this is like completely bullcrap. Yeah, competitive gaslighting. Like Sinder, dude, I'm only 1.5 page in, and Cinder's already saying a bunch of bullshit that like we didn't even ask for. Like, dude, it's already written on paper. It's already written on paper. It's written in evidence that you've done all this stupid bullcrap, and you are aware of all this stupid bullcrap. So, anyway, I do not condone anything about what Red saw. How many times has she pushed Red under the dirt? How many times has she grabbed Red and said, "Yeah, it's Red's fault. It's Red's fault." I do not condone anything about what Red said about Bao and these DMs either. And him using we and our in this context is it's correct. And I believe was done to gain greater credibility behind what he was saying. She's putting her own boyfriend under the bus. She's oh my god. Oh my god. Like this is not an apology doc. This is it's all Red's fault. And then he was saying, yes, Red and I were initially upset when Bao hired my editor, and I took it personally when I shouldn't have. No shit. But you did. You did anyway. So why are you even mentioning it? I felt as if my content wasn't good enough, or like I was paying enough to, or like I wasn't paying enough for his work, but I accepted it and was happy for him for getting that bag and supporting one of my friends at the same time. You weren't happy for him. You weren't. Let's be honest. You weren't happy for him. You're saying you're happy for him as a cover-up. As a cover-up to saying, listen, I'm actually happy for him that he's working for them now. No, you're not. You just expressed the fact that you and Red were not happy about your editor working for your friends. So, therefore, what you just stated right there, being happy for this person editing for your friends, is extremely false. And yes, I was also upset when Sack, the Boss Rush MV editor, had told us that he won't be working on any future projects with us and would instead be working exclusively for Bao. Hey, you guys remember that Gabriel Cum remix I made of the Sinder Boss Rush song because I thought it was cringe? Yeah, I'm kind of glad I made that song now. I'm kind of glad I made that song now. But Red got it in his head that it was Bao's fault that it happened, and seemingly held a grudge against her for it. He was very passionate about Boss Rush and the potential future projects around it, but he told me without an MV editor as talented as Sack, the future projects wouldn't reach the same heights. So he created this headcanon that's laid out in those DMs. I wasn't convinced this was the case, but it's my fault for never speaking with Bao about these things directly to clear things up. No shit. No shit. And letting it spiral to the point it got to. What do you mean you let it spiral? You spiraled it. You spiraled it. You didn't let it spiral. You spiraled it. There's a difference between letting something spiral and you spiraling it itself. That makes no absolute sense. Oh my god. Every comment here about her own music, guilt tripping, and claims about our shared feelings towards her are disgusting. And I honestly don't know why he thought this. Oh my god. This way about my close friend beyond resentment over two things, or why it was worth sabotaging her over. The "it's just business" screenshot of my DMs with Nano's document was over November 2023, and I'll go into my thought process of everything I said there. What Red was trying to explain to Nano what Red was trying to explain to Nano is that if everyone has a model by her, then innate value of her models overall are diminished by there being oversaturation of the type of model out there. What? Huh? If ever... Red was trying to explain to Nano is that if everyone has a model by her, then the innate value of her models overall are diminished by there being an oversaturation of that type of model out there. If everyone in the world had a VTuber model done by her, then the value of having her model wouldn't be the same as if there were only a handful of them. Isn't there that guy named Kevin on Twitter who legit makes god tier models and everyone wants a model to be made by him? Dude, I've seen Kevin make like a bunch of cool looking female VTuber avatars, and like, damn, I would go up to him and be like, yo, you want to make a Revenant boy? Like, hell yeah, I've seen what he can do. I would totally want my model to be done by him. Like, why? What was the point of telling Nano here, oh yeah, your model's gonna lose value if you just make a lot of more Nano bait? What do you mean? It just means that she's a good model creator. That's just pure bullcrap. Ugh. What she viewed as a negative for me. I understand where he was coming from with this, but in the VTuber space, this isn't something we should have pursued. Nano has an amazing skill where she's able to draw each of her VTuber children uniquely. I was never upset seeing new model siblings. Oh my god, yes you were. Shut the in many cases, I was cheering them on their debut. Is there proof of this? Since when do big VTubers cheer over brand new VTubers? Isn't that technically damaging your own Isn't that technically damaging your own audience because your audience have a chance to possibly move on from you to that new VTuber? Like, that's not logical. That's not that is by all means not logical. Okay, no, sorry. Model siblings. In any case, I was there to cheer them in their debuts and looking to collab with them as well as sisters when I could. Is there any proof of this? Is there any proof of this? Because I don't recall Sinder collabing with brand new VTubers. Me saying it's just business was referring to my acceptance of Nano's business decisions, whether she chose to work with me or not. This was not in reference to anyone's model being cancelled, further explaining to her that it's okay if she chooses not to work with me. I can understand where the next part can sound oh my god. I can understand where the next part can sound manipulative, but my intention was to reminiscence about the oh my god. Since the time this is where Nano and I would stop working together. I frequently had been a page 3 out of 7, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already not believing her bullshit. Dude, there should have been a bonfire between these dude, there should have been a bonfire or maybe a grace in the middle of all this, because dude, I feel like I need a checkpoint to read through all this. Anyway, freaking do that. And I'd have to look for a new model artist. I then encouraged her to work on projects she's excited about while I talked to Red to find a project that would work with her schedule. Nice job. When talking about Silvervale, I need to start at the beginning before I was Sinder. Wait, I need to start at the beginning. Before I was Sinder, I was a pink cherry blossom girl named Tashi that did ASMR content. You know, men like that shit, so it's whatever. When the VTuber boom happened in 2020, I knew I wanted to join. Goddamn, I joined in 2024. I'm late to the party. Red and I contracted an artist in October, and they were set to start my VTuber design by December. The plan was to take my cherry blossom persona Tashi and make her a pink and white wolf girl VTuber. In November of that same year, Silvervale revealed her Sakura wolf redesign. Excuse me. I have heard of Silvervale earlier that year, but I didn't watch her streams at all. We knew we had to pivot before we were stuck with a design that would just be a copy of one of the most popular VTubers at the time. Like I've explained many times on my stream, I knew I wanted to be a wolf girl, so I mixed my love of Okami and metal music into the design and came out with the... Is this a apology document or a history document? Which one is it? Which one is it? So this document, by the way, it's called this document is called my apology. And what you're telling me is history. Sinder here has somehow managed to become worse, almost worse than Amber Heard. Like, she is legit. I'm gonna officially call Sinder the Amber Heard of VTubers. Like, I don't want to know your guilt story or whatever, your history and whatnot. I want to see the apology. I don't want to see your bullshit excuse and history. Anyway, my name was originally going to be Amber, but Red came up with the name Sinder since it was a mix of Sin plus Sinder, both hell and fire themed. It was only a coincidence that it ended up being similar to Silver. Who gives a shit if it was similar to Silver? Silver is even just a word by the end of the day. I was genuinely interested in pursuing a friendship with her, and and drew a fan art of myself and her together. On the other hand, Red was in my ear the whole time, the whole time saying how great working together would be, since he's been in the business-oriented side of my brand. Since I started streaming, I've been ruthlessly compared to Silver. Wait, what? Red was in my ear the whole time saying how great working together would be. So what? So she's saying that Red. She's saying that. So is she saying that Red told her to not be with Silvervale and to just be with him instead? I'm a little confused here. There's kind of some missing context there, dude. I would legit have to. I feel like I would legit have to, like, to fully understand this. I would legit have to sit down with, like, Sinder herself. She's never gonna do such thing, but I would probably have to sit down with Sinder herself and just tell her to explain some kind of parts to me and whatnot. I was generally interested in working to the business side oriented. Since I started streaming, I've been ruthlessly compared to Silvervale, being called the discount version of her. Do you have proof of this? I was accused of copying her design, copying her personality, even copying her laughs of all things. Her laugh? Her laugh? She wouldn't. She's gone. What? What? This is like hearing that someone can do the duck laugh like me. And I'll be honest, everyone hears me laugh and they're like, "What is that laugh?" And I'm like, "Oh, that laugh? It's the duck laugh." It's my laugh, sadly. The duck laugh. And there was a large number of people who were diehard believers in the fact that I stole all these attributes maliciously for my own gain. You see, Cinder, you already had a Omega audience, and you already had everything on the line, so why were you even worried about this to begin with? Oh, right, you wanted more, that's why. Citing the art I posted of us together, calling her an inspiration, when in reality, this was referring to the decision to become a hellhound. The only time Silvervale was mentioned in the original designing of my character was when I explained why we were pivoting to something else, and there were no references of her character involved. I grew more and more resentful of Silver over time, between the constant belittling of myself, a controversy around my first waifu cup, and other incidents. Even though she herself never interacted with me directly, and it was also the fact that made me insecure, like I wanted to know if she believed all of these things or not. It really felt as if she didn't like that I even existed in the same space. So at the point I was working with Nano consistently, we brought up not making any more models for her. The hole has been dug? No, this isn't a hole. This is a crater. This isn't a hole. This is a crater. If a VTuber model is how everyone recognizes you, then it'd be harder for us to compare. It'd be harder to compare us directly if we no longer look alike or have that shared similarity. It was a wrong and selfish decision, but it made me feel better. So, in other words, yes, you were selfish, and you are still selfish. Oh my god. And that's why it was a constant topic with Nano. Red pushed for this harder than I ever did, because he knew how it affected me for years. But no matter what the outcome was, I wasn't going to walk away from working with Nano. Silver was completely undeserving of this treatment, and it was my own insecurities that led me to making this choice. I became unapologetically evil towards her due to no direct action of her own. There is no excuse for any of this. That's cool. So where's the apology? We're almost at page 4. Hi, Red Dragon. Moving on from Silverville, let me talk about Spite. Buddies, I feel like I'm in the wrestling veil with this. Not the wrestling veil, the wrestling ring. I feel like I'm in the wrestling ring with this document, and this document is beating me up. And I feel like I need to retreat to the corner and like get fed my water. I need to get checked up on. And everyone's like, "Don't worry, you can do this. You can read through this document. You got this. Come on, get your head in the game." And I get back up, and the bell starts dinging, and like round 3 begins. This is what it feels like. I'm in the wrestling ring. I'm in the fighter ring with this document. Oh my god. Okay, I can do this. I can read through this. Oh my god. Okay. Let me talk about Spite once again. I had no involvement or knowing. Oh my god. I had no involvement or knowledge of Red bringing up Spite. Stop dragging Red into this. My only personal involvement with excluding someone specific from working with Nano was so
drinking water.
Yes, please. Oh my god. Oh god. Drink something to take a break from this purgatory. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. I got this. Excluding specific work with Nano was silver. My design sheet and outfit were finished and made public at the start of 2021. The first thing she mentions is a debut teaser in 2022, and was apparently posted the same day as her original debut, which I honestly don't know if at the time this was intentional or not. I don't know when I first discovered Spite, and it could have been after she debuted. Debuted or debuted? I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't care. When I first debuted, I was very possessive of my design details. I had made it a year and a half since my design sheet was finished and public to having a full VTuber debut, as I watched everything grow and change from the sidelines, and I didn't want anyone else to capitalize on my concepts before I could. Soon after my original debut, I remember Spike getting an update to her model that made it seem like she more closely resembled me, including fire added to her model. Without evidence, I saw it and thought she must have copied me, but I never did anything about it other than voice my frustrations to Red. I didn't want to start drama with anyone, so you did know about the bullshit happening behind. Okay. So, yeah, it's not on Red, it's on you. And I didn't have ownership over Fire as a design detail. Yeah, no shit. The references for the ripped shirt and shorts outfit on my bikini model was given to Nano in June 2022 with the purpose of having a cover-up outfit that would be safe for Twitch. The merch art she's referring to was designed around my concept of my fire changing blue. The fact that the rest of the art was grayscale and the artist's choice, and was the artist's choice since it was going onto the back of a hoodie, and I didn't have a say, or at least I took the final decision. Yeah, whatever. There was no intention to deliberately look like Spite with this piece. Unfortunately, both my angel and sleepy outfits being similar to wait, what? outfits being similar to outfits Spite has done in the past was just a coincidence. I don't know if I can believe that, but I'm just gonna leave it at whatever. I had always planned to one day make an angel counterpart to my demon outfit when it was being made in 2023, and my original ref sheet laid the groundwork for that idea. I've never liked theming anything around my brand in a religious light. No shit. You know, there's me who, my lore is based around, killing God. Not like in a religious way, but, kind of maybe slightly biblically referred to. I don't know. So I chose to make my angel form more Greek Valkyrie than biblical, which also gave a similar look to my demon form. The sleepy outfit was a last-minute decision to pivot, I don't know how it's pronounced, from a fully new 3.0 model, because I had the opportunity to work from gamer subs on an AFK flavor. Spite never should have received the hate comments over her outfit, or any comments comparing us. I don't even know what the hell gamer subs is, or belittling her because of my existence, and I never advocated for anyone to do so, especially given my experience. I've never heard. I have never before said this, but Mono, can you skip the cutscene? After skipping the cutscene, we're suddenly fighting Radigan of the Golden Order. What? After the apology, I'm fighting Radigan? What is the secret boss? Sinder apology document of the Golden Order. Oh god, I have to read it so I can end the Sinder YouTube. Oh god, okay. I have to, guys. I'm almost there. Oh god. Spite never should have received the hate comments over her outfit, or any comments comparing us, or belittling her because of my existence, and I never could advocate for anyone to do so, especially given my experience. Spite also brought up another career. Oh my god, shut up, Sinder! Who reached out to her about their experience with me, and I can only assume as Neon Tales. They are an ASMR artist who at one point posted a Hellhound OC for one of their upcoming ASMR videos. And it was undoubtedly creating using me as a reference. Congrats! You inspired someone and you're complaining! This was right after my debut, and like I said, I was very protective of my design elements being unique to me, and I overreacted. Shortly after, I apologized. They agreed to adjust the character design, and I thought the matter was settled. At the very start of my online career, Sinder, where's the apology? At the start of my career, I was a GFE ASMR test. Before I started my channel, I had gotten into listening to roleplay audios myself. I had always been a shut-in throughout high school. And this is not an apology! Stop telling me your history! Please! My god. I was going to college. I wasn't alive or in a relationship at the time. After uploading my fuel, going fast. This was the first time I related with so many people wanting to know me and talk to me, and I got lost in the excitement of it all, not fully coming to terms with these messages, and being because the kind of context I was making, I was immature and inexperienced with how to conduct myself online. I had never met any in real life friends, and had met Rain. Who the hell is Rain? What, Red? During ASMR, I quickly became uncomfortable with him about everything, divulging my grievances about my personal. Shut the about my personal life when I shouldn't have. I cheated on my boyfriend with what? Nice to know that you're also a cheater. And these conversations, flirting and sexting, usual teenager shit. Sounds like. I used rain for emotional comfort and the sexual fantasy. And sexual fantasy while I let my real life relationship collapse. It was about my dissatisfaction with my personal life and escaping on into. We're on page 5 out of 7. Messaging with someone else who I found through content focused around GF and BF roleplay. It was never about climbing the ladder with Rain, and I find that being his shut the fuck up. Being his takeaway from why I moved on baffling. By the time I debuted as Sinder, I wanted to leave that in the past. Still to this day, I regret my decisions and having living with it since. Oh my god. Living with it since. And I was lucky to be able to mend my relationship after this. And lastly, I want to address Peaches! Peaches! And this, I don't know who Peaches is. Peaches, this is a very big problem I have. I'm sure others in my position do too. And at the end of the day, I am one person who is texting me at this time. Fuck off. With multiple companions, talking to dozens of people, and streaming for hours almost every day. I never had a big social battery. No shit, me neither. But guess I do online. And I get very tired. I get tired very easily when interacting with people. I haven't had much energy at all over the past, leading me to talk taking freaking naps. I've rarely been able to keep up with my closest handful of friends on frequent basis, let alone everyone else. Red has always been a big help. He doesn't do everything. I'm so sorry to make you feel forgotten, Peaches. Who the fuck is Peaches? I've always cherished your friend. Who the fuck is Peaches? I was so incredibly excited to meet you in Paris. I'm so I'm sorry. Is this apology? Is this apology document to us or to Peaches? If to Peaches, you just handed this document to the public on accident. All I can do is say sorry, Peaches. I was so incredibly. I'm grateful for everything you've done for me, and I'm sorry I made a project. I understand the feelings of those who resent me over this, and all I can say is sorry. We reached the apology 5 pages in! We found the apology! 5 pages in! It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We're almost done, buddies. We're almost done. To Nano, I'm so sorry I let things. I'm so sorry I let things get to the point, or even entertained the thought of you working exclusive to me for. That's not fair to you. I wouldn't have been here without you. I would read this. But I've already seen enough evidence to where she's already guilty as fuck. Holy shit. To Bao, since the start, I always admired you. No, you didn't. The start of that sentence made me say nope. You're fucking lying. To Sack, I loved getting to chat with you in person. I absolutely loved all the hard work. To Cotton and Lily, I'm sorry to get you dragged into this. To Silver, since the start. to Spy, to Peaches, to Rain, Pyro Pups. Okay, we'll read the community one. I'm sorry to my Pyro Pups and my mods expecting me to lead by a better example than this. I'm sorry to the VTuber community for looking towards me as someone to aspire. I'm sorry to Kaiser. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. You guys can't even read it. You guys can't even read it. It's all the way in the bottom here. An example of this is the VTuber community inspired by. I'm devastated that the friendship special with me, understandably, will never be mended again. I love my job. I love my friends I've had. Thank you for reading. Dash Sinder. Let me get up for a moment. Let me get up for a moment. This was not an apology document! This was legit a bucket. This was a bucket. This was a bucket full of confessions. This was a bucket full of excuses. This was a bucket full of Sinder deciding to blame it on Red. Dude, this was... I can't even sit on the chair anymore. I can't. I'm leaning against the wall. This is so utterly fucking unbelievable. This was stupid.
Drinking water!
Oh yeah, no, I'm drinking water. Yeah, no, guys. This was not an apology document. This was pure fucking bullshit. This was pure bullshit. And by all means, it was lore no one asked for. Basically, yeah. It was lore no one asked for about her life. This was not an apology document. This woman legit wasted 10 years of so many people's time to make this document. No one asked for all this. They just, at this point, I don't even blame it. I don't even blame them. After all the documents I read, seeing this apology is just a box full of excuses. I've already got all the evidence. I already got everything. This woman, I hereby declare by the court. I hereby declare by the courts of Mono and the court of, VTubers. Even though, I have no right to act like I'm the judge of VTubers and whatnot, but I hereby declare that Sinder is guilty of all the bullshit that she has done, and that she should not return as a VTuber, for all evidence proves that she is a manipulative, backstabbing, box of fucking excuses, piece of... I'm not even gonna continue with it. We're done. We're done reading this bullshit. We're done. Oh my god. First off, Buff Pup's response. Buff Pup's response is so valid. This is everyone's reaction. Her response got the most likes. Hold on, let me read this one again. We all bonded, I thought, because we always dreamed of a friend group where we all felt safe and loved, since we didn't have that as kids. A place where we could just be ourselves, no competition, not a brand. A place where we would never have to worry about being taken advantage of. We all confided in each other about our trust issues and fears. Yes, we were all content creators with ambitious goals, and the memories we made together were significant to me. Yes, we need to work, but never should business come above a genuine friendship where you step on people to get to the top. I thought we all wanted to vibe and have fun together. I never in my life dreamed that there would be betrayal and that you viewed your friends as competition. I am utterly heartbroken. I don't understand why a best friend would let such harmful words happen behind the scenes about another friend you claim to be close by. If you had feelings, if you had been feeling these types of feelings, they should have been expressed to Nano and Bao before everything blew up. Tricky just basically worded what I said through these documents. There was thousands of ways she could have avoided this, but she chose not to. Screenshots are so nasty and malicious, but now I'm seeing so many other people who just have also experienced similar hurt. My heart goes out to all of them as well. We just want to be treated like human beings. I understand that people make mistakes. We all do, and we grow and we learn from them. I hope both you and Red treat people with kindness and empathy moving forward instead of malice and deceit. No more hurt, please. Yeah, this is by far the best response. See, you got two type of people. You got Buff Pup, who just tells you to fuck off. Which honestly kind of fits her. Kind of fits her character, gotta say. And then you got Lovely Tricky. And then Shy Lily. Oh, God! Oh, boy! Okay, what did Shy Lily say? The absolute audacity to sit here and oh, boy. Shy Lily came out with a gun. Yeah, Shy Lily came out with a gun. The audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to one's closest and most supportive of you has been devastated, and I never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages, while having to sit there and read through these bullshit lies you spin makes me want to vomit. Holy shit. Excuse me. To claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to, when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given. Even when talking about your friends is sickening. I have experienced your own actions without Red in a situation where your own screenshotted words you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning, just because you consistently chose business over friends. You consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for failing them. Just to earn the bag and compete with me over a V-Card collab, and that you rescheduled to be an exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you were being a bad friend. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in that friend's career? Everything you do out of competition, through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability, and all you've done is try to shove it away, admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're the only one feeling sorry about yourself, your own consequences, and your career, and try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro Pups deserve better. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is absolute insanity. No, Zentrera even said, I hope whatever you take from this, you become a kinder person and you learn and you grow. This is a learning experience. Appreciate what you have. Things in life are not guaranteed. You never know when life takes things away, especially a good thing. Wow. Holy. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Can I just say that there are actually people who are so kind enough to actually forgive this, to actually, like, you know, overlook this action and just say, just do better in real life? Like, if I may appreciate someone, especially if Sinder. Oh my god, I don't want to read through more documents, man. I'm so done. I'm so done. This is like this is by far what I like to declare the apology. Looks inside. This is why I did nothing wrong, and it was all my point.